welcome to the podcast. FMSPW does podcasting. Right, so would anyone like to say what FMSPW is?
Oh, yeah. Okay, it stands for Further Maths Support Programme in Wales, and we're funded by the Welsh Government.
Yes.
Because they think every student should have the opportunity to flourish, and part of that might be learning to do the A-level in further maths. So we support teachers to enable them to teach further maths. We provide them resources. If it's not possible in the school, we actually do online tuition. A large part of it is to go into schools to and organise conferences to show students that maths can be meaningful and interesting.
Yeah.
Today, the P in Further Math Support Program stands for Further Math Support Podcast.
Amazing.
Very
Or
good.
Further Math Support Pi.
Pi
Program.
Podcast.
Program podcast.
All of the above.
Yeah.
So,
Shall we?
Happy Pi Day,
Yes,
everyone.
Happy Pi
Happy
Day.
Pi Day.
Happy Pi Day. This is
Big
going
day.
out on the 14th of March. Pi
There
Day.
you go. Shall we introduce each other so
Oh,
they
yeah.
know?
We're gonna introduce
our
the
Yes,
pies?
introduce the pies, yeah.
This
Introduce the
is
pies as well.
Gerald.
The most important guest.
Yeah. And this is
Shirley. My name is Vicky. I'm the project support assistant for the Swansea region. And I love pie and maths.
I'm Jen. I'm the project support assistant for the Cardiff and EAS region. What do we call it?
Eastern area.
Eastern area region. And I also love maths and pie.
Great. My name is Elian. I work here at the Swansea department. I do various things with the programme. I do a bit of teaching, a bit of Welsh translation, helping in general with resources. So a mixed bunch of things really, and I like pie in the mathematical sense, but also in the food sense as well.
Okay, and I'm Francis Hunt. I work in the same region with Jen, and I realised in describing the support programme I've missed off action research, which is something that Dom was very keen on, so I thought,
Yes.
and I too love
Sorry,
eating
Dom.
pie.
Yes. Okay, so who wants to explain what pie is?
In the mathematical sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh well. Yes.
Yes.
Which it depends. We'll go for a bit of maths first.
Yes.
We'll get to the food later. Okay.
Yes, I can explain the food pie.
Well, I guess pi is a very special number in mathematics. It's used for a lot of different purposes. I guess we'll give a full definition just in case anyone who isn't overly familiar, but I like to think that most people tend to meet this special number when they are studying mathematics in school. But a nice way to define it is through shapes, or in particular through circles. So if you took the circumference of a circle, so the distance around a circle, and divided it by its diameter, then that's a nice way of getting this special number pi. And through this property, there's a lot of useful ways of using it and deriving other special rules and so on. So almost too much for one podcast, really. I don't know if I'm hinting that there should be a series. But I hope that's a nice setting of what the special number is. So
Yeah. Yes. So from my understanding, from research, googling, it is the circumference of the circle divided by its diameter, and that gives us pi.
yes,
I know this cheat sheet. I can imagine double
we
check.
have a cheat sheet as well, just in case.
I know
we're
that
not
one off
sure.
by heart.
No, it's fine. That's fine. Yes,
Yes. And
yeah.
that
So that's
gives
one
us
way of
our
getting it.
magic
Yes,
number,
yes,
but it crops up in more than just circles.
yes. I would say so.
Yeah,
Definitely.
surprisingly. Yeah,
Definitely,
surprisingly. So
yeah.
if you ever done any statistics, something
Mhm.
which people have is this bell curve,
Yes.
something called the normal distribution. Turns out sort of unreasonably, there's a pi in that as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's so strange. I find this a lot in mathematics where you would find something out and then suddenly it just turns up somewhere else. And I always can't help but feel, well, so why is that? Why are you there as well? And I think the Fibonacci sequence is a lot like this.
The golden ratio.
Yeah, golden
which is,
ratio.
like, everywhere.
It just turns up in a lot of different things, and pi is no exception. That's similar as well, where it tends to turn up in other places also.
But there's an opportunity for an advert why you should study maths,
go
because you learn it in one place and then you've already got it in all the other places as well. So there we go. So
Definitely.
it's more bang for your buck.
Amazing.
Exactly. No, it
2
does.
for 1 deal.
Exactly.
Right. So I think I'm just so excited about the thing I have for Pi. So on Pi Day, I'm sure you've all seen that people do this thing called Pi poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And each word within the poem is the next word. No, wait, each word in the poem is the number on Pi. So it's a 3-letter word, 1-letter word, 4-letter word, 1-letter word, so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I've written a poem for you all.
Very nice.
And this poem is what I was so excited about yesterday that I had to make Claire, our manager, listen to me read it out to her.
This is so exciting.
So, okay. And I'll show you the breakdown of the numbers in a sec. So it's Pi I love, a pecan, delicious to devour, munch and chomp, appetite influence. Buttery, delicious pie.
That was gorgeous.
Very good.
Ah, there we go.
Wow.
Very good.
And that was 3.131592653589793.
Oh, that even matches
So-
the digits of pi.
That's great.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
I
better.
know.
But that's the thing about pi poems, is they have to match the digits of pi. So I did have a bit of a struggle finding a 9-letter word, so I did use delicious twice, which I've only just noticed.
Okay.
So there it is.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's a nice way of introducing the fact that pi is also quite, I guess, a little different to a lot of numbers you might see, in that it can be written as this infinite decimal, as you can see on the back of on this backboard here. But also,
We
as
haven't
Jen
got all of
showed,
it there,
not all of it.
No, not quite.
Not all of
Not
it.
quite.
Maybe we need to get some more,
We need a
resources.
bigger
We
whiteboard.
need a bigger whiteboard.
Yeah.
Gotta get a bigger board.
But it's an example of something that's called an irrational number. So that's a number that can be written in the form of a fraction. And a property that you can find with these kind of numbers is that they can be written as these, maybe frankly, quite messy decimals. And maybe pi is an example where there isn't a clear pattern to it. It's not obvious maybe what the next number might be. So that's another property about it, which is quite well known. I don't know, shall I say about people trying to recite pi? Or
Yes. Yeah.
So
No, that's also
because of
quite
its
topic.
because of its nature of being quite a long and unpredictable decimal, people try to take the challenge of memorizing these various digits. And I have some facts written down here. So in 2016, Ymunwch, so they successfully recited 70,000 digits from memory
Wow.
of pi, which I can't imagine ever doing myself, to give them credit. And it took them 10 hours to do this.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow.
So people are dedicated
Yeah.
to
Very
learning
dedicated.
this decimal. So
Yeah. And you recently
Oh,
met
yes.
someone.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so you may have come across Matt Parker on Numberphile, and also he was. So he often on Pi Day has a project calculating pi, and so this year with a team of people, Katie Steckles is another, and I can't remember all their names, so I apologise. But they got a group of people in London together to try to break the world record at calculating pi by hand. So he will have produced a video explaining all the details on this. But anyhow, the basic story is there was a Victorian schoolmaster called, I think, William Shanks. And so his hobby, because obviously there weren't PlayStations in those days, so his hobby in the evening was to calculate a few more digits of pi using a simple formula. And I can't remember the exact details, but he published round about 660, maybe more. But unfortunately, he made a mistake in the 500 somewhere. I'd guess 500 later. So but anyhow, I mean that's still very impressive, and it wasn't actually discovered until about the mid 1940, 1950 when they started doing it by computers and spotted it. Anyhow, there was a group of these people in London who were trying to calculate pi by hand, which is the very opposite of what most of my, because normally I go into schools and say maths isn't all about calculations, it's meaningful and it's fun. And so if you could say to them, do this long division sum, and here's another long division sum, so you've got to be, but it's got that appeal of not making that much sense, because you only ever need, I'm not sure, probably for most everyday life, the best you're going to need is 2 decimal places. If you're an engineer, you might need maybe 8 if you're precise. And I think you could, if you're with about 40, you can calculate the what's it going to be, the circumference of the universe to the accuracy of a small atomic particle. Basically, so there isn't. So the point I'm making is there's no real point. So that gives it. Well, that's it. It gives it that sort of. If it was useful, then you wouldn't be so keen.
I know, because to pick on what Francis is saying, it's, even though it's wonderful knowing all of its various digits, I've got a few more facts here and prepared. I've got like NASA only uses 15 digits for pi in its calculations, and that's for you know, space expeditions and missions and stuff. So there is an argument, I guess, for, you know, how much do you need, and then I've got the one about the universe as well.
You've actually got
the 40 digits one.
I was pretty close with whatever I suggested.
You said 40,
there we go.
And this is interesting, I think. I've got like a table here. I know it's hard to show on a podcast, but it shows how many digits were discovered as time went on. And up until the 40s, they only knew 620 digits. But by the 50s, that went up to 10,000. Wow. By the 80s, they were up to 2 million or so. Until today now, I guess, in the 21st century, we're now looking at, is that going to be 2 trillion, is it? 12?
That's
12 trillion?
No, I think that's 12.
It's getting so large.
So that would be millions, billions, trillions.
Trillions, you know. And I think it shows that how, as technology got better and we had more tools to use, because I've also got a little note here how, so in the 40s, that's when the computer first did it, and then of course when computers came in, we're now able to do computations at a much faster pace than usual. So it shows that how with technology this is carrying on, and this table only goes up to 2021, so I'm sure maybe by So
I met the lady who's got the record now. I'm not sure the pronunciation of her name. I'd pronounce it Emma Iwao, but she has got calculated it to 100 trillion digits.
There you go. Okay, so it's still going on.
And I think nowadays, I guess the application is, and if you work for someone who provides cloud computing, then you can show what a good setup you've got, because you've managed to calculate. So she, I won't announce her brand, but you can find out if you Wikipedia. But she worked for a company or is associated with them. But
I saw that. I did look her up. And now, sorry.
No, go on, Jan.
Oh, just now you can go onto our website. You can just be like, you can just search for things within Pi, and it'll just come up. That's how much we now know, which is on that segue.
Smoothly done.
Thank you. So, with the number of letters in a word thing from the Pi poem, I wanted to find out where we could have had a poem where it used Further Maths Support Programme Wales.
Oh yes, okay, very good.
So if you get all the, I hope I've counted this right. If you find out the number of letters in each word, it's 75785. So I looked it up, and the string 75785 occurs at position 36,805, and this string occurs 2,030 times in the first 200 million digits of pi.
Wow.
There you
And
go.
that's another fun fact.
It is.
And they're all my fun facts.
And
Those
then
are some great facts.
I guess you can do this with your names and stuff, couldn't
Yeah.
you? You could try
Yeah.
and find where your name pops up in pi.
Yeah, that's
In one
definitely
way.
something that the listeners/viewers can have a go at.
I think
Definitely.
we ought to find, it hadn't occurred to me, we ought to find a new constant which starts with the numbers further, further math support program.
Yeah.
we could,
75785.
okay, we'll have to find that, because then we could, I mean, surely it must be related.
Yeah.
It's waiting to be found. And
It
we,
is.
We could then...
The FMSPW constant.
Oh,
That
we
would
can
be so
coin
cool.
that.
Yes,
Trademark it.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we've got, so Pi Day is not just about the number pi, it's about eating pie and learning more
Yes.
about pie, the food.
Yes.
And do we have...
We do have some facts about pies. The food.
Yes!
So, not just any pie.
Yeah.
So, I'm from New York, where we call a pizza pie just a pie. So if you want to order a pie, you call up your local pizzeria, you say I'd like a cheese pie or like a pepperoni pie. So we have some facts about the history of pizza in New York. So, New York style pizza was born when America's first pizzeria opened in the Little Italy neighborhood of Manhattan in 1905, called Lombardi's, by Gennaro Lombardi. So, thank you, Mr. Gennaro Lombardi.
Shout out!
So, the way that pizza used to be sold was in the full pie until it started being sold in proportional slices, as most people could not afford a whole pie. And the average New York style pizza pie today is 46 to 61 centimeters in diameter. So it's quite a large pie, yes, not a small pie. And to make a pie, a pizza pie in New York, the average brick oven heats up to about 425 to 540 degrees Celsius.
That is
So
so
that is
warm.
very, very hot, and that's how you get the nice crispy crust on a New York pizza.
Yeah.
So, those are all my
Hi!
pizza pie
Because-
facts.
Because they cook the pieces quite quickly as well,
Yes,
don't they?
yes,
It
I
doesn't
think-
take a long time.
Don't quote me, but I think it's about like 20 seconds
Yeah.
in the oven.
Because they have like a big
Wow.
sort
Yes,
of like
the giant, what are they
That's
called?
so quick.
Yes, the like giant
Oh, the
spatula
spatulas.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
pizza rowing boat or...
Yes. So we owe it all to
Yeah.
Mr. Lombardi.
Yeah.
And what's
Great
your
guy.
favourite pizza pie as a New Yorker?
My favorite pizza pie is in Howard Beach, Queens. New Park Pizza. Great pizza. The regular pie there is excellent. Great place. Highly recommend. To anyone listening and planning a trip to New York, New Park Pizza in Howard Beach.
Amazing.
The best.
And Vicky is our resident baker.
I am. I am. Thank you, Francis.
So Vicky has made these gorgeous pies.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll talk a little bit about these pies.
Yeah.
So we have here 2 pecan pies. That was a very American way of saying. How do you guys say that here?
That's pecan to
Pecan. Okay. I say
to
pecan.
British listeners.
Pecan.
Pecan. So we have some pecan pie. Homemade, except the crust, but we don't need to talk about that. So we have about 2 cups of pecans in this. And we have brown sugar, sweetened condensed milk, golden syrup, butter, vanilla, and cinnamon.
Amazing.
And love.
So
Oh,
much.
the most important
Made
ingredient.
with love. It's the most important ingredient.
And like just the decoration.
Yes, and we have our decoration.
Yeah.
We have the first 2 decimals of pie and the pie symbol. So, yeah, shout out to Lauren who helped me make these.
So should we try them
Yeah.
now?
Oh, I think
Yes.
we ought
Yes,
to,
there you
yeah.
go.
Do you want to?
Well,
Yes.
I volunteer to
I know. If you insist.
as tribute. Yeah.
I know. I'm like nervous. Oh my gosh.
Whilst we're cutting it up, does anyone know how the pi symbol was like designed? Like who created it? I don't know.
Oh,
But does anyone
Oh,
know?
yeah,
Francis might know. Like actually, if you know, because this is actually quite apt, given we're
Oh, I was going to
we're
say
set in Wales.
Yes,
So,
it
yes.
is.
So yeah, go on,
I
Francis.
can't. I'm trying to remember who it is.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
We're gonna have to edit
I
that
have it
bit
down
out.
here.
I know.
don't worry.
Yeah.
So it was by
Jones.
yes, it was by
Oh!
Oh, amazing.
a Welsh gentleman. Given we are set in Wales at the moment doing
Yeah.
this episode, I guess. So yes, so it was introduced by the Welshman William Jones.
Oh,
okay, and I believe. But what was quite interesting was the symbol wasn't that popular when he first used it. So it was about, but it wasn't too popular.
Man before his time.
And I should say this was in 1706. Okay, so the 18th century. But I don't know, maybe it's almost a cruel twist in the tale. But then, German mathematician Leonard Euler, who is a very well-known mathematician, he then begins to use the same symbol pi, and that's when it then becomes much more popular.
You need to get a superstar
I
to sort
know.
of use that to adopt
Yeah.
So yes, but that was in 1737. So so it is cruel that just about 30 years later, Euler begins to use it, and then and that's when it becomes very popular.
Yeah.
But there you go. But at least we can remember William Jones for what he did for us, and
Thank you, William
and
Jones.
I guess
Yes.
Euler will get a lot
it. We
of the
would not
credit.
be eating them
So,
today
exactly.
if it wasn't for
Exactly.
because if they'd chosen something else, then I don't know
Yeah.
what symbol, what Greek symbol could they have chosen?
Macaroni.
Row, we'd be out on a lake somewhere.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Row in our boat.
Yeah.
So that was a lucky escape.
Okay. I'm
Don't-
very much apologizing for how I'm cutting these. This is not the best.
They always have the
cutting
mint. In New
apparatus.
York, they have mint pecan pie is what they have. But talking of other symbols, there is a campaign for the use of tau for 2 pi.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one before.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Who would like the
something-
first slice?
something to be good.
Go on, Francis. You
Oh,
would be.
okay.
Princess.
Oh, thank you.
You
You
I'm,
would,
would-
you would
I'm
the-
honoured.
because tau is the more, it's like a T almost, isn't
Okay,
it, in
but-
the Greek
Yeah,
alphabet.
but the reason they want to use it for 2 pi is then angles in radians are much more obvious because a quarter circle
Oh, thanks for
is
talking,
tau over 4,
Yeah.
and half a circle is tau over 2, and so rather than if you've ever had to use radians, they're just another way of measuring angles, but you have to get your head round that 90 degrees is now pi over 2, but if tau was the whole circle, then it'd be much more. Oh wow!
Oh, and it-
Oh, we have little spoons, yeah.
Even so, next week you'll see what we eat. Thank you very much. I was very.
Yeah, thank you, Victor.
Oh, I
Well
don't
done.
say thank you too soon. I don't know how they taste. What do we think? Please be
It's
nice.
fantastic. It's
Is it
wonderful.
good?
It's
Okay,
really good.
I'm
this
so
is
glad.
amazing.
Is it really?
If I was Paul Hollywood's on the Big Buff, I would give you a
I'm getting the
handshake.
handshake.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other?
So ready for a snooze now.
Well, now is nap time.
Yeah.
So other interesting factoids about pie.
Yes.
I've got jokes as well.
Oh yes.
Yes, comedy hour.
That is the thing we were missing.
Yes.
That is definitely.
Do we do jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
always
please.
do jokes.
We'll do the jokes. Okay then. We'll do some maths jokes. Oh, yeah. To add on our endless decimal that we were talking about earlier, why did pi fail at its driving test?
Oh, because it didn't stop.
Yes, that's why.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good.
Good. Sorry, I'm laughing before we do that. What do you call it? Because I should preface, I haven't read these. I just took the photo.
Yeah.
I just do it live. Okay.
This is
Okay.
nothing to do with me.
What do you? Yeah, so I can't take credit. These are on our Further Maths newsletter plug.
Okay.
Check it out.
So that's where I got these from. So
If you need any after dinner jokes.
Exactly. For more comedy.
So there you go. So what do you call it when someone gets a huge tattoo of pie on their face?
Oh,
Pie face.
that's pie face. Yeah, I love that. Pie
It's not what I had outside here. But
it's not the answer. It's not the answer I have on the card. I'm
But
afraid.
that's also funny.
Thinking really hard about that.
Pie face.
Well, according to the FMSP newsletter, it is an irrational decision.
That's so funny.
Okay. Okay. We have to remember, just for a little context, so a way of measuring angles with pi is called radians.
Okay.
So, leading into this joke, what did pi say to its sweetheart?
Well, you're looking radiant tonight.
Yes, good.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, there we go.
Well done. Good, very good. What do you get when a bunch of sheep stand around in a circle?
Oh, shepherd's pie.
A shepherd's pie.
Oh.
Good. They're almost like puzzles, aren't they?
I know,
almost?
it's like a riddle.
Okay, I've got two more. What is a mathematician's favourite snake?
Rattlesnakes. Python.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it could be an adder, though. It could be an adder.
An adder. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An
Right.
adder. Do we have a subtractor snake as well? I like the adder one though. The adder one's a good one, I think.
good.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one. Why did the triangle feel sorry for the circle? Because
Entrance
the
exam.
circle is pointless.
Ah.
Oh,
It's quite
poor
brutal. I was going to
circle.
say it's quite brutal actually.
I
isn't it?
know. Poor circle.
But it would score really well on pointless then.
It was called
Yes.
pointless.
Yes.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Other fact about pi,
Oh, go on,
the most
please.
beautiful formula, or some people almost mystical, strange formula. Have we got a pen? We have.
Yeah.
I could write it on the board. A lot of people like this because it's quite hard to. So it's got a pi at e to the I pi plus. I've got to get it right now because it's quite.
I believe this ties back to a gentleman that we've already mentioned, is it?
Oh yeah,
Yes, there you
So
go.
it's all coming together.
Yeah. So
this
go
is-
on. I'll let you sort of say it, Francis.
Oh, no. I think you.
Well, I
credit goes
believe
to you.
is this Euler's formula? Is it? I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. I think this is quite a nice formula because it actually connects two special numbers as well. Two special numbers, but or maybe three arguably as well. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
or
I counts
could
as
go for-
one, because
could go five, one,
there's
zero,
there's a lot going on here because you got pi that we've already talked about. I is a very interesting number in mathematics because that introduces a field called the complex field of numbers, which I believe is used in engineering and all sorts, isn't it? For
Quantum theory. Yeah.
quantum theory. So it very much opens up the areas for mathematicians. But also this E as well is known as the exponential number or the Euler number, is
Yeah,
it?
it's
I think it has many names, I
Yeah.
believe. But that's another special number where it's an irrational number and it
Yeah.
has a long decimal, if you like,
Yeah.
and no obvious patterns. So it actually has a lot of
Transcendental
properties
as well,
similar. Is it also transcendental?
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
So a lot of similar properties to pi.
Crops up in the normal distribution.
Yes, there you go.
It's getting more and more exciting.
Exactly. So
I think this is the bit of the party where people just sort of shuffle off to somewhere. Okay.
This is great. It all comes full circle.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So,
that's a good line.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Full circle.
Full circle. Wow,
We
thank
we
you.
should end the podcast by like,
Yeah.
we've now come full circle.
Yeah, we've now
Ah.
come full circle.
See you next time, guys. So no, but yeah. So in mathematics, if we can get such nice equations that connect a lot of useful things, then such an equation is very good to have. So yeah, so that's why that's a significant equation, but also gets used in many ways as well. So yeah, but there
That's
you go.
very nice. Very pretty.
It is, and
Yes.
it sounds silly, but sometimes in maths we like to have it look nice as well. It sounds very weird to say, but if you can get like a nice formula that you feel that you can work with, and it can get used in a lot of different ways, and that's very useful. And yeah, this is definitely an example of that. So
Should we finish up on a bit of history of pie?
Should we finish
Oh,
on
that
history of
sounds
pie
good.
and
Yeah.
then
And
then
any
with-
other business?
with any other business?
I think
So-
there would be a pie anthem. We have to finish with a song.
I know, we have to
Oh.
sing a song.
I bet there's some really good songs out there on YouTube.
So pie, it goes back a long way. So it was even as far back as 2000 to 1650. So this is before the Common Era. And so an approximation of 3 was used for pi by the Babylonians, which I think is crazy actually, that long ago. They got as
Yeah.
close
Yeah.
as 3. So they're only 0.14 or so off, which I think is crazy, but there you go.
That's, yeah.
But obviously as time goes on, it gets better. I'm like, okay, extreme bias here, but this is the one that I really wanted to talk about. So,
Yeah.
so there's one here. The Egyptians are quite well known for their various studies, but of course they did some mathematics as well. And this is shown again a similar time. Again, it's not exact because it's so long ago. So around 2000 to 1650 BCE. But there's something called the Rhine Papyrus, which has an insight into Egyptian mathematics, and that has a value for pi, or I should say a suggested value for pi of 3.1605. So we're now getting
Wow.
closer. Now the reason there's bias to this is because my surname is rhymed. So you're all welcome.
Yes, thank you,
for this.
Elian.
Amazing.
So there you go.
Wow.
So
Your legacy.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't technically confirm or deny whether I was actually involved, but there you go. But hopefully I was. So we move forward in time a bit, and we're now at 250 BCE. We have a Greek mathematician, Archimedes, and so he calculates a value for pi, and he gets it to around 3.1408 to 3.1429. So let's look at the number quickly. Yeah, so we're on 1415 is the actual one. So
Not too bad.
we're starting to get closer to it. And again, I will argue, this is a long time ago, and they're getting close. They're getting very close. So we fast forward a bit again. We're now into 400. So the year 400 now. So we're now past Christ and so on. And there's a Chinese mathematician called Zhu Shongzi, and he finds now 7 digits. So this is now correct. So this is so these are the 3.141592. 1415, yeah, there you go, sorry, yeah, 141592, yes. So I think the 7 includes the 3 as well, actually, yeah. So, and then what's interesting is that this then gets used for the next, used as the best calculation for the next 800 or so years. So it's interesting that they don't really improve on this for quite a long while. Does my timeline jump now? So we've already talked about William Jones. And so that was in the 18th century, but now we're going to jump towards the 19th century. So we're now in 1873, and the English mathematician William Shanks. So
there we go.
Yeah, so he calculates now 527 digits without using a calculator as well.
Wow.
Okay, so
Which is crazy.
so to give him credit there. Now, name drop. I guess you've already spoken about this person.
Oh, yes.
There you go. So in 2019, is this the same Emma that you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yes. Well, I guess this is a bit dated now. So I have it as of 2019. So she managed to find, I guess that would be 31 trillion, is it? So 31 trillion digits.
Yeah.
But as you said earlier, Francis, this is, this was now 4 years ago. But again,
I think someone broke her record and then she's.
Did she get it back? Maybe.
Yeah.
She is
yeah.
such a girl boss. I was looking her up on Wikipedia.
There you go.
Very cool lady.
Seems very
There you
cool.
go. So but as we said earlier, I think it's interesting, as I said, to tie back to that table that I was reading from, how much it just accelerates once a technology that comes into it. So there you go. I think we've gone through all of my little printouts. So yeah,
I
there
got
you go.
into the technology because William Shanks used a sort of formula which was just doing long divisions. The real sort of superstar formulae come from a chap called Ramanujan, who found the base. Various other people have built on it, so it's not just his work. But he found there's a formula which quadruples the number of decimal places each iteration you go round the cycle.
Wow.
Which so that gets there pretty fast.
It's very
So,
Wow, very
And
impressive.
each time you go through the cycle, you find more digits, but you have to plug your last value in, do you? Or do you...
Yeah. So you take your have to look up the algorithm. It's not. It's doable on a spreadsheet, but we could even put it in the links below. But it is. It just goes so very fast that I say 1 to 4 to 16 or whatever, and you're cracking on then. So
That's really cool. Yeah.
Right. Well, does everyone feel
Pied
like
out.
we have pied out, and we have
we have come full circle.
Ah,
Come full circle.
yes.
We have come full circle.
Oh.
amazing. Right. So thank you everyone for listening and watching.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you for
Thank
everyone
you.
for this podcast.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, thank you for
I
having
hope
us.
we can have some more because this has been fun. Maybe some more food.
Yes, well, we have a whole other pie.
We do.
There's a lot more we could say about it. We have to go and research and find out some more.
Right. Thank you very much.
Oh gosh.